All right, what's good, Joe? I'm recording this for a friend because they got stuck at some part of installing. I think it was Arch, but but because of that, I'm recording this. But I'm gonna make it public to other people just in case it can help them as well. So I'm gonna do Arch on this PC, and then I'm gonna do Ubuntu and Debian on two other PCs. So I might record those as well. I'm not sure. But all right, so let's get into this one. So, first you're gonna go to archlinux.org, right? And you're going to go to download, and then these will show all your possible mirrors, right? I'm gonna search the country closest to me, in the United States, obviously. And then I'm just gonna pick a random one, right? So I'm gonna pick Berkeley, and then install the shorter named ISO or whatever. Oh, I already have this ISO. Okay, so then after that, you need to install Balena Etcher. Um, I'm not gonna install this because I have a earlier version of it because the newer version was messing up or whatever. But this should work for you. If it doesn't, you can just go to their GitHub and install a earlier release. It doesn't really matter. So, because I already have some, I can go and boot up my earlier version of Boolean Etcher, which should be in here. Why is this here, bro? I want to. Okay, whatever. I'm not even gonna worry about it. So then we're gonna go to downloads and we're gonna pick our Arch Linux ISO that we just downloaded, and then it auto picked mine, but you're gonna pick your USB drive. So I'm gonna select mine, and then you just hit flash. It's it's very simple, and then it'll start to do its thing. So this shouldn't take too long. It said it starts with a while, but ETA looks like about a minute. And then once this finishes, you're going to boot into that USB. It won't show on here, but it's pretty simple to do. You can just look it up. You just either hit delete or you'll basically just restart your computer and look at the prompt it tells you, and then hit whatever that button is, and then select your USB drive as your boot device. It's pretty simple. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna wait for this to flash, and then set that as my boot device. There we go. So we should be done. There we go. So now I'm going to restart, and that's gonna go out. I'm gonna set my boot device. And then we're gonna select our USB. And then once you boot into your USB, you're gonna see like a bunch of stuff it's asking you. It's just select Arch Linux install medium. And now it should start showing you guys what I'm looking at soon. Hopefully. There we go. All right, so it's gonna boot you into the terminal after it finishes booting up. All right, so here we are. We're technically in Arch Linux right now, right? Not what you first expect, but this is the terminal. All right, so there's two like paths, right? If you are on Ethernet, then you can skip this step. But if you are not, I am on Wi-Fi right now. You have to do this step. So, firstly, you're gonna write IWCTL. Actually, can I increase the sizes? No, I cannot. Anyway, um, you're gonna type that, and that's gonna take you here. and then you're going to type stations, or station, I think, list, right? And that's going to tell you what options you have for configuring your Wi-Fi, right? So to select that, we're going to do station WLAN 0, because that's what's showing up for me. And it should for you too. And then we're going to do get networks. And that's going to show me all of the possible networks that I can connect to. Now to select mine, I'm going to do station WLAN 0 connect, and then whatever the one is that I want to connect to. So it's A8L3S, bam. And then I'm going to insert my password. And then now I'm connected. So I can quit out of here, and then that'll take me back to where I was before. And then now I can type in arch install and start that process. So that was probably the hardest part of the install, to be honest. And now we're in arch install, right? So the important part about this is you have to go through every setting. You cannot skip anything, right? That I tried to do that before and I got issues. So I'm gonna select English. By the way, it's arrows up and down and enters to select something. So mirrors, my mirror region. I'm going to look for. You can do slash to search. So United States. So I'm gonna select United States, and then we don't need any custom mirrors. So we're good on that. Go back, and then locales. So you need to make sure that this is correct, because if this is correct, your keyboard won't function as you're used to. So keyboard layout, US, locale language, and yep, all this is good. So then disk configuration. If you want to do special partitioning, I'm not going to go over that, but if you just want to wipe your whole drive and install Arch as your PC OS, you could just go in here and do use best effort default partition layout. I've never had issues with that. And then make sure you select the right one on this, right? You want to select the drive that you want to put your OS on, right? So that's this 256 gig drive right here. So I'm gonna select that. And then I think people mainly use BTRFS and XT4. I don't know all the differences between them, but I know this one, the BTRFS, is newer, and I think it keeps a record of like your past installs and whatnot, so you can go back. And then XT4 is what's been around for a very long time. So I'm just gonna hit XT4, and then would you like to create a separate partition for home? I'm good. You can select yes if you want. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, we're good on that. Disk encryption, I don't want any encryption, so that's good. Bootloader, I'm gonna select Grub. I think is the one I usually go with, but I don't think either one matters really much either. Do you want to use swap? No, I'm good. I don't know what that is. Then we're going to go to the host name. So this is where we select the name of the computer. So let's just do like BPPC. Boom. Then the root password. That's just a password for your root. Right? And then your user account. So I'm gonna add a user and name it B. Oh wait, you can't have capitals. So B, and then my password. And yes, I do want to make my user a super user. And then you can add more if you want here. I'm not going to. Profile. Right, so this is important if you want to have something coming out the gate, right? So what I would pick is desktop. And then this is where you're going to pick your desktop environment or window manager. I like Sway. If you don't know what these are, I highly recommend you looking it up. I know newer people like Cinnamon GNOME. I think KDE Plasma is also good, but I like using Sway because I like a Tiling Window Manager and I want to use Wayland. And then I believe in my config I use seatd, so I'm going to select that as well. Graphics driver. If you have an NVIDIA card, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to pick the proprietary driver. I don't even have a GPU, so I'm going to use all open source because it'll work for me. And then for my greeter, let's just do the default. I don't really mind. By the way, the greeter is the thing that shows up when you like first boot up your PC or whatever. The thing you type your password in and all that. Audio server, I'm gonna pick Pipewire because that's what I use on my things. So for this, this is just the kernel. I believe you could select multiple if you want, but I'm just gonna select Linux. Additional packages. This is where you can install like any other packages, I believe, or whatever. I'm gonna skip this too. And then network configuration. So if you want the GUI, I think you want to select Network Manager, or I'm pretty sure you want to select Network Manager, or you can manually configure it or whatever. I like having a GUI for myself. I don't care too much to edit all that. Then you want to select your time zone. So I am in the Eastern time zone for the US. And then automatic times synchronization. Yes, I want that on. Optional repositories. I'm good on this. I'm fine with just the normal repositories. So we are going to now install. So this is basically just giving you an option to look over like your configuration and whatnot. I'm fine on it. And then it's going to start doing its thing. So this might take a little while, but yeah, it should be fine. Damn, this takes longer than I thought that I remember it taking. Would you like to root into the newly selected and perform post installation? I'm going to say no because I don't need to do any configuration like that. And now we're good. So now we can reboot and then boot into Arch Linux itself. So I'm going to wait until this finishes and then unplug the USB. And we should boot into Arch. Yeah. If it ever shows up on OBS. There we go. So uh-oh. Oh, I know what the issue is. I didn't select the Wayland login manager. Slay, can I go into just the I don't even know how to use this this freaking thingamajigger. But anyway, if you choose a Wayland desktop, make sure you choose a Wayland login manager, otherwise it might not work. But anyway, we're in Arch at this point. I don't feel like debugging this because this is not the environment I'm going to use. This is PC I'm going to install Ubuntu on. But yeah, that's the process. It's pretty dead simple. But yeah, that's it. Nice and easy.